Hi guys, it's Mr. the Gamer and welcome to another countdown. I want to apologize for not doing one of these in a while, but I did say that I wanted to make one countdown every month, so here's the January countdown. I will be ranking the boards in Mario Party 2. Please note that these are opinions, so don't get upset if your favorite board doesn't end on top, and you can list your rankings in the comments below. I will be ranking each board as a whole, and also talk about their respective item and duel minigames as well. With that being said, on to the list. Number 6. Remember Warriors Battle Canyon? It's back! Kinda. But Mystery Land takes the last place position. I don't know why, but when I first got this game, this was the board I went to first, and I lost! My, what a great first board to pick. This board is an amazing island hopping board that seems to appear in every game. You go in a circle until you land on a happening space, which will take you to the next island in a clockwise order. Unlike Warriors Battle Canyon, there is no way to reverse the order, however. Luckily, the happening spaces aren't the only ways to get out. On the first and third island, you can pay 10 coins to use a Bob-omb UFO to go to the other respective island with their own Bob-omb UFO. But rarely it misfires and you go to an island with nothing but red spaces and happening spaces, and the only way you can get out is by landing on one of those happening spaces or using a warp block. On the second and fourth islands, you can use a skeleton key and go to either the first or third island. You actually get a choice unlike Warriors Battle Canyon, yay! The item and duel minigames, however, are actually pretty solid in this board. Merry-Go-Round comes with some tricky but not impossible timing, and Psychic Safari is a button masher where you must smash A and B as fast as you can to win. Not as bad as Warriors Battle Canyon, but this is easily the worst board in this game. Number 5. We're in space! Next up is Spaceland. If you like being screwed by happening spaces, this is the board for you. Landing on a happening space will have a thwomp take you to the start of a section where the spaces were on. However, you can pay 5 coins to have Sniff It Catch a Thief, which is really just a womp who takes you even further back. If anyone is in the path of the thwomp or womp taking them back, they will be brought back to the beginning of the section. Wherever the womp takes you back will lead you to the Bowser coin beam. In the center of the map there is a counter that starts from 5, and will count down by 1 after each pass. When it reaches 0, Bowser fires his laser in the form of his coin beam, and whenever it gets hit, loses all of their coins, so stay away if you can. Now, I do like this board, but it just feels very plain and average and would probably be my least favorite if Mystery Land was handled better. The item and duel minigames, however, are great. Time Bound comes down to, well, of course, timing, and Hammer Slammer has you pulling back a hammer and trying to get an item, but don't pull it back too high or you lose. From a verdict, Spaceland, while it can be fun, is not my favorite board in the game. Number 4. Mateys! Here we are at Pirate Land. This board is filled with all sorts of pirate jazz, such as sharks, cannonballs, etc. and is your typical early game board where it's easy to get used to the mechanics. It starts simple enough until you reach the boardwalk. Land on the happening spaces and back to start you go. Then you have to worry about the sharks, who will force you to pay 5 coins to go to another space. The thwomps on Yoshi's Tropical Island in the first game return, where you pay a minimum of 1 coin, and then the minimum increases to 2, and so on until you reach a maximum of 50. I guess this would be a good time to mention that the characters actually dress up depending on the theme, which is really awesome. The item and duel minigames are fantastic. Rolling out the barrels is basically an item freebie as long as you are paying enough attention to the screen, and Saber Swipe has you inserting some button combo as fast as you can, which can be fun, if not a bit short. Honestly, the top 4 boards in this game are extremely fun boards to play on. However, this is my least favorite of the 4, but that doesn't mean it's bad, because it's not. Number 3. Hell is back and better than ever, except 1 spot lower. Bowser Land, however, is a very enjoyable hell. It's got some things backwards from the usual norm. For example, normally when you pass the bank, you pay 5 coins, and whoever lands on the bank gets some money. So for example, if 2 people pass the bank, and the third lands on the bank, they get 10 coins. In this board, you get 5 coins after passing the bank, but landing on it makes you pay all the coins they tell you to, which really doesn't make sense, because basically they have an infinite amount of money. So if 2 people pass the bank, they each get 5 coins, and if you land on the bank, you lose 5 coins. Fun fact, if you use a Bowser suit and pass the bank, you get all the coins that you would normally have to pay for landing on the bank. So if you normally have to pay 10 coins for landing on the bank and you pass out with a Bowser suit, you get 10 coins. Also, if you land on the bank with no coins, you lose a star. Some item shops force you to buy an item for a random number of coins, and you have no say on which one. You better hope you get something like a mushroom. There's a section where you land on one of 3 happening spaces and you go in a loop with a blooper statue in charge until you land in another happening space and get out. There are also warp pipes that will take you to other locations on the map. Finally, every 5 turns, the Bowser parade will occur, and he will walk back to start. Anyone in the path will lose 2 coins per space, so you better hope you're close to start if you get hit. Lots of screwing you over, but it's pretty avoidable, so that's good. The item and duel minigames, however, suck. Bowser Slots is a slot minigame, but you can actually time it, so if you get the timing down, you should be able to get the item you want every single time. Rock Paper Mario is just a variant of Rock Paper Scissors, where Mario beats Bowser, Bowser beats Peach, which makes no sense, and Peach beats Mario, which also makes no sense, making it a game of luck. Thankfully, you cannot bet stars in this game. It's a fantastic board, but not enough to make it to the top 2. Number 2. Oh my god! Horrorland is not number 1, it's number 2! Immediate dislike! Yeah, Horrorland is number 2, but let me tell you, this board is near perfection. It has a day and night cycle from Mario Party 6, except this isn't the entire game's gimmick, yet it's only in one board. There are some features only accessible in the day and some only at night. There are 5 Boo spaces, but one of them is Big Boo, and he will steal coins from everyone for 15 coins, or a star from everyone for 150. Basically, he triples the price to steal from 3 times the players. He is only accessible at night, and you need a skeleton key to get to him. In the day and the night, there is an event that will change the time of day for a small fee. Mr. I will take you to the top of the board for a small fee at night, or a slightly bigger fee in day. Finally, Womp, who is only accessible in day, will offer you to pay in coins in order to go to the path that he is blocking. Apparently at night is too cold for him, so he freezes up at night and he blocks your path. The item and duel minigames are also the best in this game. Mushroom Brew comes down to quick reflexes, and coughing congestion is basically an easier roll out the barrels, making it an item freebie. With all these features, how can this not be number 1? Well... Number 1. I don't know why, but when I first played this board, it was my favorite board in Mario Party 2. Westernland has us traveling to the Wild Wild West to stop Bowser from committing an illegal crime known as robbing a bank. This board is one of the biggest boards in the game. It's very easy to get around this board despite the big size, since there isn't that much that can screw you over. There is a train where you can pay 5 coins to go forward or back to the next station, which can be a blessing or a curse. If you're in the path when the train is moving, back to start for you. Also, Boo is available twice, which makes this the only board other than Bowser to have this. And no, I'm not counting Horrorland in this because it has 5 Boo spaces. However, they are both in extremely easy locations, so things can get very high stakes late game. There is a Wiggler that can make you pay 20 coins to let everyone know Hoot-Nanny, which basically just draws everyone to the location. It's also right in front of a Boo space, so if you're using it, be careful. The item and duel minigames are solid. Quick draw cores come down to who can press the A button first, however you probably will not be beating hard computer players very often. Give Me a Break comes down to timing, but if you can get it down, you should be able to get the item you want every time. I don't know why, but every time I play this board, I end up having a really good time, and there is not a lot of things to screw you over, which makes Westernland my favorite board in Mario Party 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. What are your rankings of the board in this game? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'm glad to be making another countdown, and you can expect my board rankings of Mario Party 3 sometime in February. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.